I mean, I think I don't know if we talked about it last stream, but it's important to know too that how pro crypto the new SEC president's going to be and how pro crypto Trump is and his whole organization. I mean, they're all very pro crypto. It's been, stated plain as day.
Yep.
And it's obviously shown in the performance of the market so far since Trump won the election. I think two things are really important to consider. One thing is Trump isn't even in office yet.
Yes.
So obviously there's been a lot of kind of not black swan events, but some very sketchy shit that's been going on since the kind of election started. I mean, there was two assassination attempts on Trump just a few weeks ago. There was all the ambulances pulling up to Mar-a-Lago. People thought something had happened to Trump. His plane ran out of gas miraculously, and they had to do an emergency landing, a couple months ago. So I think that people have seen how U.S. politics has gone over the past couple years. In the 2020 election, there was a lot of doubt against the U.S. government. So I do think personally that there's still some hesitancy in a lot of the big institutional money that's investing in crypto, wondering if there's going to be some kind of black swan event before Trump actually gets inaugurated and takes office in early January. So Trump isn't even officially in office yet. He's not even on the sticks yet, truly. So we've already seen these kind of moves just based off of him winning the election. What do you guys think is going to happen whenever the conviction levels double or triple from here? And he's finally in office, situated. People know it's for sure thing. There's no black swan events. There's no fugazi shit happening. He's in there. So that's one thing that's important to remember. He's not even in office yet. He's going into office right when ETH season historically starts. So I think it's going to be a perfect storm come 2025. The other thing I think that's really important to mention, I don't think we talked about it last week, is since the pro Trump or pro crypto Trump administration won the election, these exchanges, now that the regulations are going to start coming down, they're not going to worry about getting sued. They're not going to worry about having charges pressed against them, whatever. These exchanges have started to list, they just have been over the past few weeks, starting to list a lot more coins around that $500 million market cap range.
Yep.
So when you guys see Landwolf pull a 2x in the matter of 3 days, and now it's up over 200 million. Andy's pumping up. It's 320. It was just at 350 million yesterday. These coins are starting to flirt with that number that these exchanges, these tier one exchanges, have been listing coins at. So I don't think you guys, for Andy and Landwolf especially, I don't think you guys should be worried too much about trying to time the perfect entry right now. I think you guys should just be realizing there's a very high probability, especially with the community that's backing them. And like they have professional teams working behind the scenes on Landwolf and Andy specifically. We know who's on the sticks.
Yes, that's
These
important.
coins have very, very good dev teams that are behind them. They're pushing to get every exchange listing that they can. And yeah, I mean, I think the big thing with those two is just getting in before those tier one exchange listings inevitably come here in the next month or two.
Correct. Yeah, you want to front run those. If you're buying assets before they're getting listed on tier one exchanges, you're going to do very, 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 very well this cycle. We gave you Turbo before it got listed on Coinbase. We gave you what's it called? Pepe before it got listed on Coinbase and Robinhood and Binance. Turbo's listed on pretty much most major exchanges as well, except not Robinhood. And so, guess what? We're also giving you Brett. Let me tell you something. I can almost guarantee you that Brett's going to get listed on tier one exchanges. That's a third coin that we gave you before it got tier one exchange listings. Guess what? Andy, 320, like Logan just said. You're telling me Andy, above a $1 billion market cap, can't get listed on any major exchange, let alone 500 mil? Coinbase just listed Moodang, a fucking baby hippo, at 500 mil market cap. You're telling me they're not hungry to list something like Andy, the beta to Pepe, which is doing the most daily volume of meme coins on all the major exchanges. You're telling me they were not going to want to list Andy, Wolf, right? Of course they're going to want to. So we're giving you, I mean, you have to understand how profound that is. Giving you multiple assets before they get listed on major exchanges when they become available to the masses. That's game changer. If you're buying shit that early, that's game changer, right? Because they're going to do well once they get on the exchanges, because the exchanges benefit from them doing well. So they're not going to let the price go to zero. but you get it before it gets on the exchange listing. Pepe gets listed on an exchange, it goes up 70% that same day. Almost 2x's in one day.
That was from like 5 billion.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So you're telling me these things aren't going to get listed and fucking run? Of course they are. Of course they are. You just got to have the balls to pull trigger and fucking buy it. So,
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you brought up Brett too, because that's something I wanted to mention real quick. Is I think that, in my opinion, I think that market makers strategically use listings to tier one exchanges to their benefit whenever the chart needs it, and they time it perfectly. So, if these exchanges, like for instance Coinbase, who obviously has every reason in the world to list Brett on its on, because I mean they're literally using it as the mascot of their own chain that they've been pouring millions and millions of dollars into developing. So Coinbase has every reason in the world to want to list Brett as soon as possible, because they're going to make tons of money from all those swaps and all those exchanges and everything else. So they've already listed coins on the base network. Like they listed Degen on Coinbase, which is on the base network, at like $150 million market cap or $200 million market cap. And it went ballistic. It fucking flew to the moon. So whenever they see that Brett has more holders than pretty much any of the boys club members, it's at like 800,000 holders. It's been performing extremely well. It's been very stable. It's been moving kind of like a stable coin relative to the other boys club members. Like whenever they're pulling back aggressively, Brett tends to hold its value very well. So whenever they can continue to see great results out of Brett and the chart is supporting itself without any tier one exchanges, why would they not continue to just accumulate and accumulate and accumulate as much as they can while the chart's still supporting itself before having to utilize that tool of the tier one exchanges whenever they know inevitably what's going to happen to the price once they list it? Because everyone's been begging for a Coinbase listing for Brett for 8 months, 9 months since
Brett,
it launched, pretty much. And so, yeah, I just think that's important to know that it is a strategic move and they're going to do it at the right time, not when we want it.
right. Well, yeah, exactly. They know when to list this shit. So I'm confident in Coinbase's ability to extract as much value from that chart as possible. So you just got to front run and buy it before it gets listed. Don't be the goofy who buys it after it gets listed. So, by the way, gentlemen, in the chat, because we got a bunch of live viewers right now, like the stream, comment on the stream, show some support to the stream, because we're not going to continue to grow this organization and network without the like button. Of course, that's just the way that the algorithm works, right? If you hit the like button, we get pushed out to the other audiences. And of course, the larger that we grow our network, the more competitive we're going to be, because we're going to have more eyes in the market, more people that we can trade information with, more people that we can invest with. The more of us that we have on the same team, the more competitive we're going to be. So for your own bags, for your own money, for your own success, you should want to push out this content and help grow the organization, which I know a lot of you guys do. We got some loyal dogs working with us, and this is why we're growing. So like the stream, comment on the stream real quick. Make sure you absolutely please like it every single week. We got to get this content out to everybody. We have momentum right now. We're actually getting caught into the algorithm right now because people are seeing value. People are actually watching the videos that we're putting out, the length of them, the whole videos. The live streams are here for the whole live streams. It's because there's value. We're showing people how to make money. If you show people how to make money, they're going to show up. So hit the like button. And then the one last thing I was going to say yeah, go ahead.
Are we live on X too?
Yeah, we're live on X. Oh yeah, retweet. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, retweet the stream. Yeah, I mean, there's no downside to the community growing. It's like we're gonna be getting plays from more people. We're gonna be able to share things from, like Priamo said, having more eyes on the market. And yeah, I mean, you guys are gonna be knowing when to buy, knowing when to sell, take some of the pressure off yourself, not trying to do it all on your own. It's great to get an update from us every single day or every single week. On Mondays we give an update, but which, speaking of which, I think there's going to be an update to the schedule. If you want to go over that.
I know you guys have been dying. You've been in the comments. You've been in my DMs harassing me. We need more streams. They need more content. So we said, all right. We're going to fit it into our busy schedules to go ahead and start doing a Friday stream for you guys so we can give you an update before the weekend, because we know you degenerates need to know what's going on before the weekend, right? Because you want to put in your longs, 50x leverage. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. But We're going to give you another update on Friday so that we have the Monday check-in, market open, because typically you're going to have a lot of reaction on Monday open because that's whenever TradFi is going to come in and do their manipulation like they saw this morning. They cheated the market. And then Fridays going into the weekend, so you have an idea of what to expect over the weekend, how to position yourself if you need to do so before we meet with you again on Monday. Okay, so we're going to start ripping it on Fridays. We'll give it a live stream to the crew. So the last point I was going to make on Brett was going to be profound, but then we told you to like and retweet the stream. Brett, what was I going to say about Brett? Can't remember. Anyways, point is buy it. What was I going to say about Brett? Oh, so I was talking to somebody this morning who messaged me on Snapchat, an old friend of mine, who's asking me about the community. He was thinking about joining, and he was trying to buy Brett, Andy, and Wolf. He was buying Pepe off the exchange, but he couldn't figure out how to get the other boys' clubs, which is why it's so important to have tier 1 exchange listings, because people don't know how to get on chain. He said he bought Brett on the Coinbase wallet. Said there was no fees. He went to buy Andy. He bought Andy, and after he bought it, he had about $7, $8 of Andy that actually showed up into his wallet. He said, "What the fuck just happened?" He tried to buy $50 worth. The gas fees on Ethereum ate up $40. And then the Coinbase fee was about $15. So he bought a little bit more than $50 worth. So he was left with $7 left of Andy on a probably $60, $70, $75 purchase. Okay. This is why base chain is so bullish and why I believe Brett towards the end of the cycle is going to get such a huge pump, because everybody's going to be getting smoked on ETH gas fees, which are going to be a couple of $100, close to $1,000 by the end of the cycle. I'm being serious. Close to $1,000 per swap. People are going to be swapping over to base chain, taking profits, rotating into Brett. So whenever they need to make transactions, that base chain fee is $0. It's almost minimal. It's zero. So that's where people are going to take profits into, and people are going to rotate into Brett. I'm telling you, end of the cycle, Brett's going to fucking rip face. Anyways, but yeah, we got to get out of here. Anything else, Bees?
No, that's it. Don't buy Haktua.
That was a point I wanted to make. Is if you got scammed on Haktua, you deserve that. You're a fucking moron if you bought that shit. I don't think she should go to jail. If you bought that, not understanding it was a scam, you deserve to lose money. I don't know why people are getting all pissed off about it. It's like, you're a fucking idiot.
They ended up on the shit end of the stick, so now they're upset.
Yeah, they were cool with if they made money, then it's not a scam. But because they lost money, it's a scam. It's a Haktua coin, bro.